Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a young boy named Alex. Alex wanted to speak English fluently, but he didn't know how. He tried studying grammar books and memorizing vocabulary, but it didn't help much. He felt frustrated because he couldn't speak as easily as he wanted. One day, Alex met an old man in the park. The old man was sitting on a bench, smiling, and reading a book in English. Alex walked over to him and asked, "Excuse me, do you have any advice on how to speak English better?" The old man looked up and said, I know the secret to fluency. It's simple. To speak English well, you must speak it every day. Don't worry about making mistakes. The more you speak, the better you will get." Alex was surprised. "But I'm not confident. What if I make mistakes?" The old man smiled kindly. "Everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes. The secret is to practice and never give up. Find people to talk to, watch English shows, listen to music, and read aloud. The key is to practice every day." Alex took the old man's advice seriously. He started speaking English every day, even if it was just for a few minutes. He listened to English songs, watched movies with subtitles, and read books out loud. Slowly, he began to feel more comfortable. After a few months, Alex noticed something amazing. He could speak English much better than before. He was no longer afraid of making mistakes because he knew that every mistake helped him improve. The secret to fluency wasn't a magic trick, it was practice, patience, and confidence. Alex learned that the more he practiced, the more fluent he became. And so, Alex's journey to fluency continued, and he never stopped improving. The secret: speak every day. Don't fear mistakes. Practice with confidence. As weeks went by, Alex became more excited about his progress. He realized that speaking English wasn't just about memorizing words, but about enjoying the process of learning. One afternoon, while sitting in the park, Alex met a group of tourists who were visiting from another country. They didn't speak his language, but they spoke English. At first, Alex felt nervous. What if I make a mistake in front of them? He thought. But then, he remembered the old man's words, the more you speak, the better you get. So, Alex took a deep breath and decided to talk to them. "Hello. Where are you from?" Alex asked, smiling. The tourists smiled back and said, "We're from Spain. We're visiting your town." This simple conversation made Alex feel proud. He didn't know all the words, but he tried his best. They talked for a few minutes, and even though Alex made a couple of mistakes, the tourists didn't mind. They were happy to talk with him. After the conversation ended, Alex felt more confident than ever. He realized that learning English wasn't about speaking perfectly, it was about communicating and connecting with others. The more he practiced, the easier it became. That evening, Alex remembered what the old man had told him. He had learned something new: fluency doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen with time and practice. Alex promised himself that he would keep practicing, no matter what. He also started listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos in English. He even joined an online language exchange where he could speak with people from around the world. Some of them spoke English very well, while others were just like him, learning and practicing together. They helped each other, and Alex learned even faster. One day, Alex's teacher gave him a special challenge. She asked him to give a short speech in English in front of the whole class. Alex felt nervous at first. Speaking in front of people was hard for him, and the idea of speaking in English made him even more anxious. But then he remembered how far he had come. He started practicing his speech every day, in front of a mirror, in his room, and even to his family. He made mistakes, but each time he did, he learned something new. His family encouraged him, saying, "You're doing great, Alex. Keep going." Finally, the day of the speech arrived. Alex stood in front of the class, his heart beating fast. but instead of being afraid, he took a deep breath and began speaking slowly and clearly. "Hello, my name is Alex, and I want to talk about my favorite hobby, learning English." He made a few small mistakes, but the audience smiled and clapped when he finished. He felt so proud. He had spoken in front of people and communicated his ideas in English, even though he was still learning. After the speech, Alex realized that the real secret to fluency wasn't just about practicing every day or not fearing mistakes. The real secret was never giving up. Learning English wasn't easy, but it was worth it. He had learned to embrace the challenges, enjoy the journey, and celebrate every little victory. He also understood that language is not just a tool to speak, it's a way to connect with others, to share ideas, and to explore the world. And as long as Alex kept practicing, he knew that he would continue to improve. Alex's story reminds us that learning English is not about being perfect. It's about practicing regularly, staying confident, and connecting with others. Whether you're a beginner or have been studying for years, the key is to keep going. Mistakes are part of the journey, and with time, you'll become more fluent and comfortable. Remember, the more you speak, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the closer you get to fluency.